So welcome back then to York Hall, and we're going to continue the action now with a light heavyweight contest between Butch Leslie and Martin Jolley. Martin Jolley from Alfreton up in the Midlands, and of course Leslie from Islington in North London. Well, they're on their way to the ring, and I can just see the door opening at the back of the hall in the corner. Once again, Ian John Lewis will be in charge of this contest. And here comes Martin Jolley.
And you lost to that.
Oh, it's his last amateur fight. Oh, he was cramping for me.
He hasn't changed much.
Here he is then, Martin Jolley. Very experienced Martin Jolley, been a pro since 1992, and he's had so far 54 fights. He's won a dozen, lost 38 of them, and drawn 4 of them, but he's fought some good men. He's fought Derek Wormold, who of course fought for the British title. Fought Dean Francis, who is of course a champion at the moment. Gilbert Jackson, a banger. Mark Delaney a couple of times. Robin Reed, the WBC champion. Warren Stowe, former area champion. Ryan Rhodes, of course. Willie Quinn. Jason Matthews, a big puncher. Tony Booth. Pascal Collins, brother of George Collins. Here comes Butch Leslie. And Monty Wright. So there you are. Lots of experience on the Jolley record. Butch Leslie far less experience. 2 wins and 5 losses in 7 outings. But he's better than that, I think. Nicknamed Jake Kilrain. In fact, he started his boxing career under the name of Jake Kilrain. Let's go to our MC, Simon Goodall.
Super middleweight contest of 6 2-minute rounds. Between introducing Butch in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white lettering. He weighed in 12 stone, 2.5 pounds. From Chesterfield, would you please welcome Martin Jolley.
All right, Chesterfield then, Martin Jolley. Land of the Crooked Spire.
Across the ring in the red corner, wearing the white trunks. He scaled 12 stone and 1/2 pound. From Shepherd's Butch. Punch Leslie.
From Shepherd's Butch. Oh well. Well, he's a light heavyweight, not of course a lightweight.
John Lewis.
Right, there's Ian John Lewis laying down the riot act here to these two. Butch Leslie can be a bit rough, and Jolley, well, he loves his boxing, and he's a bit of a character, so this one could get a bit bad-tempered at times. Leslie very determined. But Martin, of course, has seen it all before. Round 1. In fact, a couple of fights ago, Jolley got a good 8-round draw with Birmingham's Michael Pinnock. And that was a nice result for him for a few fights. Double jab from Leslie. Fast puncher. I'm not too sure that Leslie has the kind of power to get rid of Martin Jolley. But you don't know what the close season months have done. Oh, that fight. There you are. Says it all, doesn't it? Commentator's nightmare. So lovely left to the body there, puts Jolley on the floor, up at 6, takes the mandatory 8 count. Well, this one might not last too much longer. And Martin's had some real tear out to Monty Wright and Eddie Knight recently. And he does thrive on a good old-fashioned punch-up, but getting whacked to the body like that might just put him off a bit. Although, as ever, Martin Jolley smiling away. He's a nice guy, one of the game's good old pros. Once again, Leslie cracking in those body punches. Well, Martin Jolley's got no pain, no gain on his trunk, so I think he's gained quite a bit in this opening round so far. Most of it's been pain. I've got a feeling that Jolley would much rather be hit on the chin than in the body. Well, all friends at the end of the round one. I told you there's a bit of character in this ring tonight, but a good round there for Leslie. A full pointer possibly, 10-9. So, but here we are, this is the knockdown. I think. It was a body shot. Oh, it was in fact a right to the body, and then a left hook. Come uppercut. There he is then. Butch Leslie. So round two then of the scheduled 6 of the 2-minute variety. Martin Jolley, let me remind you, in the dark blue trunks in action here against Butch Leslie. A light heavyweight match. Jolley on the deck in the first from a body punch. Nice snappy jab again from Leslie. Looking for his 3rd professional win in this, his 8th fight. Fought some good lands, of course, Butch Leslie's last 2 fights. Mark Delaney and the former British super middleweight champion, Sammy Storey. Once again, sharp approach this by Butch Leslie. Takes a right over the top, though, from Martin. So the end of round 2, and once again a good session there for Leslie, but this time by the half-point margin, 20 against 18.5. Here we go then, Butch Leslie, Martin Jolley. Martin Jolley from Chesterfield in Derbyshire, beautiful Derbyshire. Derbyshire's the pretty part of Yorkshire, of course. Oh, so there's the gum shield gone, and it's Leslie's. Little chat there with Martin Jolley. Oh, we know, just passing the time. Anyway, action resumes here in round 3. And, you know, I've said before, Martin Jolley is one of the game's likeable creatures. And this is a good attack by Butch Leslie. Real gutsy fighter, Jolley, isn't he? Well, that's not too bad from Martin. Getting through there, the couple of punches. Well, that's interesting now. Jolley taking the initiative here, being the aggressor. And Butch Leslie having to, being forced back. Takes a right there again from Martin. And again, a left hook. And maybe, just maybe, Butch Leslie would much prefer to be the on-top forward fighter. Not too comfortable being pushed back on the back foot. And that's what Jolley's doing to him. And he's having some success. Nice defensive move then from Martin Jolley. So that's another good, well, that's really, I think Martin Jolley's won the round. Yes, I think he has. Yes, I'm going to give that round to Martin Jolley. Effort alone. Here we are, a bit of replay. In fact, it's ironic, isn't it? I give the round to Jolley, and we show replay here of some work by Butch Leslie. But there you are, that's life. Here we go then, halfway point of the 6th round light heavyweight match, round 4. 3 gone, 3 to go. Well, Martin Jolley there lands a right hand, and again, and well, he's got Butch Leslie here thinking about this now. It's not going to be quite as easy as he might have expected. Having won the first 2 rounds, Martin's come back at him. And in fact, Leslie won the first round by a full point, so it really is a bit of an uphill struggle for Martin Jolley, points-wise anyway. But he can give Leslie a hard time. Well, Leslie looking very relaxed there, flicking that left hand up from waist level. Oh, lovely left-right from Leslie. Good combination there. The old 1-2. And, well, Martin Jolley now looking a bit disorganised. His feet are getting parallel, and that's dangerous. That's when he starts going over. Yes, he's definitely not quite right. Oh, and once again, Leslie punishing downstairs. But Martin Jolley takes his lumps like a man, that's for sure. What do you expect from a man born with ginger hair? I'm only joking, of course, all of you ginger people out there. My favourite colour. So that's a very good round for Butch Leslie. Once again, just stemming this potential comeback by Martin Jolley. And we're going to take a short commercial break, but don't go away. 2 to go then. This is the penultimate round, round 5.
Round 5.
Here we go then, Martin Jolley in the dark blue against Butch Leslie, and it's been quite a good fight to watch, this one. Not explosive, 1 knockdown so far, that was in the first round. But Martin Jolley threatened to get really into this one in round 3. So here we go then, Leslie once again unleashing a barrage of punches. Martin Jolley tries to tuck up and defend himself. Leslie, though, not really capable of sustaining his attack for long enough to get rid of Martin Jolley. Better men have tried and failed. Well, Jolley there getting through with an uppercut and a left hook. He likes that combination. Of course, he's always in a pretty reasonable position to throw it. He gets close and ducks down, and up it comes. Well, threatening again to land the right. Leslie, though, can see it coming. Second-class stamp on it. I know it's a cliche. Whoops-a-daisy, uppercut, left hook again from Jolley. Well, now Jolley looking to be a bit crafty. Well, there's not much in this round now. There was a very good burst of shots from Leslie earlier on, but Jolley's, well, he's fought his way back in and looks like he might have leveled that one. Oh, there you are, Butch Leslie then. Looks like he's on his way to a reasonably successful night's work here against Martin Jolley. And here's that barrage of shots from from Leslie. They went all over the place, didn't they? Sixth and final round then between these two light heavyweights. And Martin Jolley can make it respectable with a good effort here in the final round, although to be fair, it's actually not been a bad performance from him. I've got him winning one of the rounds and levelling another. Oh, that's a right over the top from Jolley, and a nice left hook there. Good punch, and he's got some blood just leaking from the nose slightly, Martin Jolley, which of course is nothing unusual for him. But once again, a good cluster of shots then from Leslie. Nice left hand from Jolley, and the gum shield's gone for the second time. Here we go again. And Martin's thoroughly enjoying himself. And of course, the timekeeper stops the clock and adds it on when it has to be washed and replaced. And it's been a nice, pleasant night's work, this for Martin. He's thoroughly enjoyed it, and it looks like he's going to lose on points, but he'll be quite happy with that. Reasonable performance from him as well, fairly entertaining. So inside the last 30 seconds then of the last round, and Leslie quite content to keep this one on the perimeter, poking out the left hand, picking up the points. So they are, this is good crowd here at York Hall, as you can see. Looks almost like one of those massive venues in Las Vegas, doesn't it? Well, not quite. So that's a good win for Butch Leslie, and we'll get the score, well, the decision immediately. Referee Ian John Lewis raises the arm there of Butch, and that's it. Well, Martin Jolley there running over to the referee saying, I thought I won it. He's a real character, but that's a good win for Leslie. Let's just check my card. Well, I've got it 59.5, 57.5. Sorry, yeah, 59.5, 57.5 in favour of Butch Leslie, which means I thought 1 round against Butch, and well, 3 against, or should that be, 4 against Martin Jolley, but 1 by the full point. MC, Simon Goodall.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds boxing, your referee scored the contest. Martin Jolley 57 points, Butch Leslie 60 points. The winner, Butch Leslie.
Well, I'm afraid he didn't give Martin Jolley one of those rounds, but you know, 6-0 to Butch Leslie. That's his 3rd pro win, and I'm afraid the 39th loss for Martin Jolley. But he's always a very welcome character, nice guy.